Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. So I'm starting to upload these BNA Sports podcasts on my podcast feed because I think it's easy. These are going to kind of be one-take videos. Sometimes I split my videos into like 2 or 3 takes, so I can't really upload on podcasts easily. Those will mostly go on YouTube, but every single day, pretty much, I'm going to upload kind of just daily thoughts about different things. And so today, I want to discuss about Kyle Pitts. I also want to discuss about Dalvin Tomlinson, and I think I have one more topic. And first of all, let's get the topic out of the way. Tom Brady, how long do I think he's going to play? Because, can he play until 50? What's going on here? But eventually, it's going to happen. It's not going to be because of his age. He's just going to get injured. It's just going to happen. One of the guards is going to get injured. One of the centers is going to get injured. It's just what happens with the flow of play. He's going to get hurt, and it's going to hurt his abilities a little bit. And then all of a sudden, the offense is not going to work, and he's going to kind of bounce around with teams. But Tom Brady is Tom Brady. I'm not going to try to predict when he's going to end, but that's how I kind of seeing it ending for him. I don't think it's going to be like I kind of get bored and I'm kind of done. It's going to be. I think he's going to end up getting injured. I'm not wishing it on him, but that's just kind of the path you kind of see, right? He's going to get blindsided. He gets the ball out quick though. But there's going to be one play where he makes one mistake. It happened in 2009 with his ACL, or 2008, whatever year it was. But, yeah, so he missed the entire season because of an ACL injury. But, yeah, that's kind of my opinion about Tom Brady. Now let's get back to the Giants. I made a video a couple days ago talking about we have to kind of get rid of Evan Ingram if we get Kyle Pitts because they have the same, talent, I guess. They have the same skill sets or the same way they would be used. But do we? We could just transition Kyle Pitts to a wide receiver. I think him and Evan Ingram could work fairly well together. Evan Ingram just really needs to, last year's the injuries, now this year was the drops. He needs to figure something out. It's kind of waiting. And can we just cut him? We would save a bunch of money. I think that's the easiest solution. But it's not like a foregone conclusion that if we draft Kyle Pitts, we get rid of Evan Ingram. But some of the teams that could trade for him, the Cardinals, they have Dan Arnold, but they don't really have that number 2 guy. The Seahawks, they could use another pass threat for Russell Wilson, even though they did go after Jimmy Graham's in the past. Russell Wilson may not fit with a guy like Evan Ingram, but I think that'd be a pretty solid fit. There's always the Patriots. There's always the Falcons. There are a lot of teams that could be looking for services of Evan Ingram. The Falcons may not be able to afford him, but teams like the Patriots have a lot of money they could spend. Also, with Caden Smith, man, I like Caden Smith. I don't know why we didn't use him a lot this year. I just don't understand. Whenever he came in the game, he's sure-handed. He's not like some tight ends, right when you hit them, they go down. You can tell, not like a Rob Gronkowski, but they can't juke out anybody. You just shoot for, the knees, and then they're done. They're not going to, juke out anybody. But Caden Smith offers a little bit more than that. And I'm really concerned why we didn't use Caden Smith more. He was limited to, not even 200 yards, I think, on the season. And, man, he had a good connection with Daniel Jones. I'm curious why we didn't use him that much. But those are our 3 tight ends. We're going to cut Levine Toilolo, which I think is a good idea. I wouldn't mind 100% having Kyle Pitts and Evan Ingram because all of a sudden you could just have 3 tight end sets. And, maybe not have it blocking-wise not being great, but Kyle Pitts is going to end up developing to a good blocker, I think. He's not going to be George Kittle, but he's going to be good enough. He's going to be serviceable. Travis Kelce is not a good blocker. I think he can develop into just a bigger Ranger version of Travis Kelce. And Travis Kelce, the thing with him is he had a 1% drop rate, but it feels like every single game that Patrick Mahomes needs him and he's firing in the ball, there are a lot of games where he just drops it. Am I the only one that gets that feeling? I don't know. But the next topic, I talk about Dalvin Tomlinson, getting him for a comp pick. Online Big Blue commented about that and said, I don't think he's worth a 3rd-round draft pick. You know who's also not worth a 3rd-round draft pick? Tom Brady. The Patriots are going to get a 3rd-round comp pick for him. Landon Collins. The Giants are going to get a 3rd-round comp pick for him. So it ends up just no guy is really worth a 3rd-round comp pick. I'm not going to let Russell Wilson walk. I'm not going to let Jamal Adams walk. But I can let a Dalvin Tomlinson walk. It could help our linebackers. I understand. I get it. This defensive line class isn't great. The edge class is better, even in free agency. I get it. But you have a guy in Leonard Williams who already vested a lot of money in him, and he's not like he's a bad player. I just wish he forced a little bit more fumbles. Dalvin Tomlinson is a good player, but we have a guy named we have a guy that we got from Tennessee last year, Jax Johnson. Why am I forgetting his name? We got Johnson. We have Dexter Lawrence, a guy we drafted in the first round. B.J. Hill. I don't like R.J. McIntosh because he can't tackle. We have a bunch of talent on the defensive line. Now, I don't think we should ignore it completely, keep on replenishing, but you can take a year off the defensive line. What the Giants learned from the Super Bowl, offensive line matters. I was wrong about Tristan Wirfs. I just was. And the fact that the Tristan Wirfs was the best right tackle in the league, it kind of, now looking back on it now, Nate Solder opted out, it kind of would have left us high and dry. Like, we had Cam Fleming as a left tackle, and Tristan Wirfs as our right. But, I mean, we still would have had a great offensive line. The Giants, I think, are going to prioritize a lot of offensive linemen. And a lot of teams are going to prioritize offensive line. So the price of offensive linemen, I think, is only going to go up, especially with a Joe Thuney. I would really want him on our team. But you have a guy in Kevin Zeitler who's already on our team. So I'm starting to kind of lean more towards like just restructuring. But he's 30 years old. And he kind of, he's starting to struggle with that pass blocking, which I don't really love. So what the Giants learned from the Super Bowl is pass rush. We had flashbacks to 2007. O.C. Umenyiora. Was he on the team at that time? I think he was. I think O.C. was for both. Justin Tuck, I think, was only a rookie at that time. Jason Pierre-Paul, who was a part of that Tampa Bay team. They realized that 4-3 defensive scheme could work. Now, we kind of run a different scheme now, but Patrick Graham is going to go based on our talent. There is an option, Justin Panic mentioned it, that we could go through, like, you just say, basically our free agent this year, Lorenzo Carter and O'Shane Ximines, because they didn't really contribute at all last year, and they are an instant upgrade. But I do think we still need to make at least a second, third round pick on that edge. A guy like Carlos Basham, I don't really like. I think I'm saying that name right. You can even steal a guy that's going to drop. Maybe a Gregory Rousseau even drops the second round. I don't think it's going to happen. But I've seen some good guys out of Pitt. I might do some film analysis on them, but a lot of people are doing film analysis, so I'm like, let's just kind of react to it. But I wanted the Giants to draft an edge in the second round, or the third round. A developmental guy. I don't want us to completely ignore that edge. And then all of a sudden, you have a good defensive line. I don't want us to address CB2. I'd get a veteran minimum in there. What's the point? What we learned from the Super Bowl is, the corners were helpful for Tampa, but we're talking about Sean Murphy bunting. We're not talking about the what do you call it? The mile high city, the no fly zone. I'm like, what am I saying here? But there wasn't like Aqib Talib and all those guys they had there. It was a junior version of that, and the reason why they were able to win because that pass rush and the defense and the cornerbacks did a decent enough job. And so that's pretty much it. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think. What should the Giants learn from the Super Bowl? Also, wide receivers. Tampa had a lot of wide receivers. That's because of the Tom Brady effect. And we'll talk more about that in different videos. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on my next video or podcast. Bye, guys.